Have you ever met someone so consistent, it's almost terrifying? That person who, while everyone else is hitting snooze, is already done. While others are making excuses, they've already built an empire. People don't just admire them, they're a little bit afraid of them. What if I told you that this isn't a superpower? It's a system, an ancient, almost forgotten code used by Zen monks to achieve a level of discipline that borders on the supernatural. They call it Guji, the self-perpetuating practice. And today, you're learning it. But I need to warn you, this system requires you to kill a part of yourself. The part that negotiates, that hesitates, that surrenders. If you're not ready for that, click off now. For the rest of you who are ready to become unbreakable, let's begin. This is Raphael, a smart, successful programmer who had one crippling problem. He was a master of starting and a champion of quitting. The gym? 3 months, then gone. Meditation? A week, maximum. Reading? A book bought was a book doomed to the drawer. His life was a brutal 4-act play every single week. Monday, unstoppable motivation. Wednesday, the first mental whisper. Maybe tomorrow? Friday, total surrender. Sunday, guilt-ridden promises to a new version of himself. He tried it all. The apps, the rewards, the accountability buddies. Nothing worked. Because he was fighting an enemy he couldn't see. The very wiring of his own brain. Until he discovered the secret of why a Zen monk can meditate for 30 years without missing a single sunrise. And no, it's not willpower. It's something much, much darker. What I'm about to show you will change everything. If you're serious about transforming your life, do this for me right now. Subscribe and hit the bell. What you learn in the next few minutes is the key to making any habit stick forever. Let's continue. In the silent temples of Japan, there is a rule so simple, it's brutal. Guji, continuous practice, without a single gap, without a single gap. Since the year 1243 AD, a bell has rung at 4 a.m. at Aiheiji Temple, every single day, for almost 800 years. And every single day, the monks rise. You know what never happens? A monk lies in bed thinking, do I feel like it today? The question doesn't exist. Why? Because they understand a fundamental flaw in your brain. Your mind categorizes every commitment into 2 boxes, negotiable and non-negotiable. Going to the gym is negotiable. Your brain will bargain with you. Breathing is non-negotiable. You just do it. The monks found a way to turn discipline into breathing. And it all starts with a single, terrifying act. A Harvard neuroscientist discovered something revolutionary. When you make a behavior public, your primitive brain interprets failure as a survival threat. In our ancient past, being cast out from the tribe meant death. Social failure to your lizard brain still feels like a death sentence. This is what Raphael did. He stopped trying. He started declaring. He wrote on a piece of paper, I am a person who meditates for 20 minutes at 5 a.m. for 100 consecutive days. He signed it. He posted it on every social media platform. He told his friends, his family, his co-workers. His girlfriend said, "You're being dramatic." His colleagues laughed. "You're trying too hard." Perfect. Every single one of them became fuel. Now, when the alarm screamed at 5 a.m., the thought of facing them as a failure was more painful than the temporary comfort of his warm bed. He had made his practice non-negotiable. But this is where most people fail again. The public shame gets you out of bed, but you're still at war with yourself. Your body fights back, which leads to the second silent killer of consistency. Every day, you ask the same stupid question. When should I do this? Morning or night? before breakfast or after. This decision burns precious mental fuel, glucose your brain should be using for the habit itself. You're wasting gas deciding when to drive instead of just driving. Raphael learned the monk's second principle: fixed, unmovable time. He chose 5 a.m., not because he loved sunrises, but because the world was asleep. No texts, no emails, no distractions, no excuses. The time wasn't about optimization, it was about elimination. Eliminating the variable of when. After a week of hell, his body began to change. He'd wake up before the alarm. His body was preparing for what was now a constant, a law of his universe. The when was solved. But his mind, cunning and desperate, found a new loophole. You think variety is the spice of life. For consistency, variety is poison. Raphael's schedule was fixed, but he kept changing the what. Some days meditation, some days reading, some days a few push-ups. His brain had found a new thing to negotiate. The solution was controversial, almost robotic. He locked it down. 20 push-ups, 10 minutes of meditation, 15 minutes of reading. Same order, same timer, every single day. His friends called him a machine. His girlfriend said he was annoying. They were right. Annoying was the point. In the third week, his mind screamed for change. This is stupid. You're not a robot. By the 6th week, the screaming stopped. He was halfway through his push-ups before his conscious mind even engaged. The practice was now taking care of itself. He had achieved Guji. But life isn't a monastery. Life attacks. And this is where the final, most important principle saves you. Your kid gets sick. Your car breaks down. You have to travel. These unexpected obstacles are what shatter normal people. Because in that moment of stress, you have to make a decision, and you will always choose the path of least resistance. Zen monasteries have a pre-solved answer for every disaster. The meditation hall floods? They move to the dining hall. No discussion, no negotiation. The bell rings, the response is automatic. Raphael wrote down every obstacle that had ever broken him and pre-solved it. Travel day? Push-ups in the airport bathroom. Sick? Do just 2 push-ups. 1 minute of meditation, 1 page. Guests over? Silent workout in the bathroom? The rule was simple. The river never stops. It may slow to a trickle, but it never, ever stops flowing. When you pre-decide, you remove the battle from the moment of crisis. You eliminate the gap where your old self crawls back in. After 100 days, Raphael was no longer the same person. His consistency was frightening. People told him it wasn't healthy, that normal people don't act like that. His response was perfect. Great. When your discipline makes others uncomfortable, you're finally operating at the right level. Your existence is proof that their excuses are just that, excuses. You stop being someone who tries to meditate, and you become a meditator. You stop trying to work out, and you become someone who is strong. The Guji system isn't about building habits. It's about a death and a rebirth. The death of the person who negotiates, and the birth of the person who simply is. The question is, are you ready to let that old version of you die? If this unlocked something in you, if you're ready to build that unbreakable version of yourself, then I need you to do 2 things right now. Subscribe to the channel and ring the bell. This is just the beginning. Comment below with the 1 habit you will make non-negotiable using the Guji system. Tell me your declaration. Let's see who is truly ready. Remember, the consistency that scares others is the only consistency worth having. I'll see you in the next video.